Happy May the 4th, and may the Force be with you. So yes, today is Star Wars Day. So what are we going to talk about? Star Wars. All right. So Disney actually dropped some pretty cool stuff today. In regards to Star Wars. And I want to first start off with this Galactic Star Cruiser, which is basically what a lot of people call the Star Wars Hotel, but it's actually a lot more than that. So Disney, man, okay. So let's get into this Star Cruiser. First and foremost, I want to give you my thoughts on the Star Cruiser. I don't think I've ever officially given my opinion on this experience on my channel, at least that I remember. This is a brilliant concept. Okay, this is a brilliant concept because it's not, even though everyone calls it the Star Wars Hotel, it's not a hotel. It's more akin to like a cruise ship. So, but instead of like being on the water for like 2 or 3 days, you're in outer space, so to speak, for 2 or 3 days. It's much more structured like a cruise ship, where you get into this spaceship, the Galactic Cruiser, and you're there for 2 or 3 days on a vacation. Okay, that's a brilliant concept. The way that they utilized the cruise kind of model for Star Wars is absolute genius. It's so much better, in my opinion, than a Star Wars hotel, where you walk into like a traditional hotel and you have Star Wars pictures hanging on the wall and C-3PO bed sheets. This cruise ship is an experience. It's an actual cruise in the galaxy. Okay, how dope is that? So this is really, really awesome. Really, really awesome. It's a great concept. Now, Disney actually gave us, I talked about it on this channel a few weeks ago, that they were building, that Imagineers were building real lightsabers, and Disney finally showed us those real lightsabers. It looks absolutely incredible. So they look very, very realistic. Okay, now they're not 100%. I'm not going to go as far as to say they look just like the movie, because they don't. You can still kind of tell it's a plastic tube going up, or a glass tube or whatever going up. It's not 100% there, but I would say these lightsabers are pretty much like 98% there in terms of, legitimacy. They look real. They look really, really good. Now, I would actually, because on this Galactic Star Cruiser, they're going to have an experience where you, I'm assuming, utilize these real lightsabers, and you go through like some sort of lightsaber training course. I would, and this might be an unpopular opinion, I would like to see them replace Savi's workshop in Batuu in Anaheim, Disneyland, with this quote unquote lightsaber experience, where they hand you this real lightsaber and you go through some sort of lightsaber training, or even some sort of mission where you're actually using the lightsaber in combat. I think that would be so much cooler than just building a plastic lightsaber and going through this kind of the ceremonial thing. Now, look, I'm not like disrespecting Savi's. I think Savi's workshop and that whole experience is actually really beautiful. It's actually a very beautiful experience. But I think for me personally, I would enjoy this lightsaber experience that the Galactic Star Cruiser is getting a whole lot more, where you get this lightsaber and you're using it in training, maybe even in battle, missions, whatever. That's dope. I want that in Anaheim. Now, maybe they don't have to replace Savi's. Maybe they can add, this lightsaber experience on top of Savi's, so we get both. That would be the ideal situation. But even if they were to replace Savi's, I would be okay with it. I really, really would, because I think that would be so much more interesting, in my opinion. Now, I do want to pivot, though, into Star Wars in the parks proper, okay? More specifically, Galaxy's Edge, Batuu. And I want to talk about how can we improve these lands. Now, Galaxy's Edge has been around, believe it or not, it's coming up on 2 years. It opened in the summer of 2019. And so the dust has sort of settled. It's able to kind of situate itself, right? Now that we've kind of had this area for a while, what can we do to improve it? The number one thing that Galaxy's Edge needs is music and kinetic energy. The foundation of the land is perfect. And that's really the hardest part of the whole process, right? Is building an immersive experience, building an immersive land. And Disney hit that aspect out of the park, home run. But what they're missing with Batuu is the energy. The energy, it's sorely lacking. So what do? My advice would be to add music, okay? And I don't want to add music in the sense where we're going to pipe Star Wars music into the plants and bushes like they do with every other land at the park. That seems artificial. I want music, but I want to keep that realistic energy that Batuu has. So how do you do that? You have roaming alien bands. Roaming alien bands. So you keep the sound effects, the realistic vibe of the starships going over you and all the sound effects, but you have rolling bands to add music on top of that. Okay, I would love that. It would completely change the energy of Batuu. Why not bring Max Rebo back? Why not bring him back and have him in Batuu and do a whole little every couple hours musical show for the guests of Batuu? That would add a lot of energy to the land. I think that would be phenomenal. We need more creatures, more droids walking around, rolling around Batuu. That would improve drastically the energy in Batuu. Like I said before, the foundation for Batuu is beautiful. The land is gorgeous. Now we have to just fill it in with some energy, some life, right? And I think that's easy to do. I think they can do that if they want to. Another thing that I really want to talk about is Star Wars in the parks in general. And this isn't just for the parks, but this is for the cruise ships and just various elements of that Disney experience. We saw with the Disney Wish that they're adding a Star Wars lounge to that cruise ship. I would really like to see Disney start to build like individual experiences, maybe it'd be for the cruise ships or other elements outside the parks, where they focus on different eras of the Star Wars universe. You know, give the prequel generation some love. Have an Anakin Skywalker experience or something, right? Have an original trilogy experience, a Luke Skywalker thing for the original trilogy people that grew up on that trilogy. I want to see Disney really expand and show love to all kinds of Star Wars fans, not just the sequel trilogy. You know, even branch out to the animation fans, the younger kids who grew up on Star Wars Rebels, who grew up on Clone Wars, who are watching The Bad Batch right now. Give them something. I want to see Disney expand their offerings. All eras. Star Wars is generational, so give each generation a little something, right? Give each generation a little something. I know it's not too late, but it's harder to kind of infuse that into Batuu. I mean, they can do it. But with these other elements like the lounge over at the Disney Wish and things like that, you can definitely do that a whole lot easier, and they should. They should absolutely do that. So on this May the 4th, what do you guys think about Star Wars in the parks? What do you think about that real lightsaber? What do you think about the Galactic Star Cruiser? What do you think about Batuu? And my suggestion to add more music, more life to the area. I would love to hear from you guys. Also, if you guys have not checked out my brand new show, The Orange Nerd Show, where we talk about all things Star Wars, Marvel, anything nerdy in regards to the films and TV and streaming, please do yourself a favor and check it out. It is a lot of fun. My good friend Vash Sky is on there with me, and I had recently Disney Family Man 23 as well. We have a ton of fun on Orange Nerd, so check it out. There's more to life than just the theme parks. Let's talk about the movies too. So I'll link some of those videos at the end of this video, so make sure you check them out. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a very, very happy May the 4th, and as always, may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.